Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin, and today I have my buys and buys for January 2025. So this is the video where I go over all of my empties and all of my purchases, and we also look at how I'm doing on my beauty budget. So I did get this video idea from another YouTuber. Her name is Anne, and I always have her linked down below. But this is probably my saddest empties I have ever had, but some pretty good purchases that came in. The last video that went up was my year-long empties, and I think in that one I mentioned that my bucket is very, very low. And when I say very, very low, I mean practically empty. So our empties for this month and for this update are going to be very, very short, but I do have some great purchases that came in during the month of January. And of course, I want to let you guys know how I'm doing on my beauty budget. So I don't even have to say, let me organize what's in the bucket, because like I said, there's hardly anything in there, but let me get all my spreadsheets and stuff pulled up and we will get into my empties for January 2025. Okay, I got everything out of my trash can here, and there's 6 items sitting on my table that we'll be going over, but only maybe 2 of them really count for anything. The other ones I'm just kind of tracking in the background. They kind of would have gone in my miscellaneous category if you guys caught my empties for 2024. But I can kind of go over the 2 of these at the same time because they're in the same category, but I have 2 empties for my mascaras. So this one here is the Romand, and this is the The Han All Fix Mascara, and this one is in long black, so it's just the black shade. And this one is great because it has a very tiny wand, and so you get really precise kind of like application, and I really like this for my lower lash line. Now this one is the one that is extremely hard to get off, and so I had to know that like if I was putting this on, I was going to have mascara on until the next day. So this one is really great. I went through the Hazel one last year, and so I really do like this if you need again, it's going to be more of a lengthening mascara because of how little the brush is. So lengthening mascara that stays put even on oily eyelids, even in a hot and humid climate, but it is tough to get off. And I try to only keep my mascaras open for the 3-month period. So there's probably lots of product left in here, but especially since I've continued to have issues with my eye kind of having a reaction and swelling, I'm not going to risk keeping a mascara around for a long period of time. So this one I opened at the beginning of November, so it has run its 3-month course, and this one is being considered an empty. And the other mascara is one of my Clinique High Impact. I love this mascara. It has just a regular wand. It is such an unassuming mascara because it has just the normal bristle wand. There's nothing special about this. There's no special shape to it, nothing like that. But it gives beautiful, fluttery lashes, which that's what I personally like. I like my lashes to look real, like my real lashes, but just kind of enhanced. And I like more of that Bambi eye type of fluttery, soft look rather than a really intense, I don't want my lashes to look like false lashes. So this one is perfect for that. This one also does not transfer or smudge on me, even again with oily eyelids and in a hot and humid climate. And so this one has been a holy grail for a really long time. Ulta usually puts these on sale during their like 21 days of beauty for 50% off. So I try to pick them up whenever I can. I think this one came in a kit that I bought last year. And so that's how this one came into my life. Now I have had this one open since the end of September. So this one was open for all of October, November, December, January. So 4.5 months. But it still worked very, very well for me. So this is another Holy Grail mascara that I absolutely love. Now, 3 things that don't really count in like my beauty inventory. Again, they were in my miscellaneous category, but I had 3 Burt's Bees lip balms empty out kind of at the same time. So one of them was like my pocket lip balm, one of them was like my bedside lip balm, and then one of them was like a car or a purse lip balm, and they all ended up getting emptied out around the same time. So I do have a vanilla maple, I have a waffle cone, and I have a chai flavored lip balms. These are all available during the like fall time. So these are seasonal kind of flavors or scents for Burt's Bees, but I do love these. And actually the one that's in my pocket right now is cookies and cream. And this one's interesting. I don't know if it's my favorite. I like the more fall scents, but the cookies and cream one is the one that lives in my pocket right now. So I did have 3, which is funny because all of 2024, I used up 4, and already at the beginning of the year, I have 3 empties on my lip balms. So I usually buy those in like the 4 packs, again, whenever they roll around during the fall season. So I have some really fun flavors down in my drawer down there. And then the last item that is an empty is actually an eyeshadow. So this is, I have a number 7 written on the back of it. So this one came out of the ColourPop So Jaded palette, and this was the shade My Precious, which was just a pink leaning cream colored, and so this is what I used to set my eyelid after I do my eye primer. And I started using this one at the beginning of 2024, so it took me a year and a month to get this one used up. I am using another ColourPop single that is just a cream colored single, but it's like a full size one because these are the smaller pans from ColourPop, but I have a full size one, so I'm very curious how long it'll take me to get through that single shadow. But I did go through a single shadow. I think in my So Jaded palette, and I have some other empty pans of this size that came out of the It's My Pleasure palette. I think I have like 7 of these empty pans. And so that really surprises me because I'm like, have I gone through 7 eyeshadows? I don't remember that, especially because I'm not a eyeshadow panner. So, but happy to have a single shadow done and out of my collection. Again, this doesn't count as a single item in my inventory. I gave myself $1 worth of value for that shadow, so not a whole lot kind of going towards my goal or my, so I always say that I have like an arbitrary goal to reach $1,000 or $2,000 worth of empties, and I'll carry that through this year. I think last year I had a total of like $2,400 in empties. So I think that this is probably my lowest amount of empties, both numbers wise and monetary wise, in a very long time. So $43.40 is what all of this adds up to. I gave myself $3.50 per lip balm. I looked them up on like Walmart, like the app. The actual, like the, what is it, the vanilla maple, this one by itself is selling for like $6.50, but because I get these usually in kits, I was like, let me just charge myself the normal amount for a single Burt's Bees lip balm, and it's about $3.50. So I got $3.50 each for these. I got $1 for my empty shadow. This one was $11.90, and then the mascara retails for $20. So That is where I am getting my $43.40, and I think this is my shortest, smallest empties ever. So, again, it's not that I'm not using my products, it's just I don't know, but I'm looking at, I have some empties for February already sitting over there on my bookshelf, and I already have some really good empties for February, which this video is going up on Valentine's Day, and I did not even intend to do a pinky like kind of look today, but I wanted to use one of my palettes that I drew into my No Pan Left Behind. So it just ended up going into this beautiful pinky look. So if this is a Valentine's look, then happy Valentine's Day to you guys, or Valentine's Day, or Galentine's, or whatever, you know, or a self-love day. We are all good with that stuff as well. I asked my husband if he was going to be my Valentine, and he went, I don't know, we'll have to see. So I told him that Washburn was going to be my Valentine for this year. So me and Washburn can enjoy eating some ribeye steaks instead of my husband. But now that I said his name, he appears. I know. I was saying, thank you. I was saying that you could be my Valentine. Oh, thank you for punching me. That's very sweet of you. And here he comes. Here's the big goof. I know that you guys saw him in my last video as well, so he has figured out that if I'm sitting here with the camera, he can pop up here and I won't move. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Munga Head? He is such a Munga Head. Okay, I gotta finish. Can I finish filming? He says no. All right, I am going to put away all of these empties, all 6 of them, back in their bucket, and then I will go ahead and get all of my purchases ready, because I have 2 baskets sitting in front of me of things that came into my collection and into my inventory. I am in desperate need of dyeing my hair. The other night, I think I pulled a gray hair, or a gray hair fell out of my head, and it was like this long and gray, and I'm like, how does that even happen? Like, I know it hasn't been that long since I dyed my hair, but I really am in need of a touch-up, and there is so much, like, my root touch-up powder, there is so much of that in my hair right now. But the first purchase that I made for the year is I made a purchase from Ulta. Ulta was doing, was it like their skincare event or whatever? But they did have 50% off some skincare items, and I did pick up a Holy Grail. This is actually my 3rd one that I have picked up, and it is a Murad product. So this is their AHA and BHA exfoliating cleanser. I am almost done with the one that is open right now. Both my husband and I use this product, and so I did want to pick up a new one while it was 50% off. This does have a physical exfoliant plus the acids in here, so you're getting a double exfoliant. So of course I only use this like once a week, if that. Kind of when I feel like my skin's getting a little bit more textured, I will use this, and this makes my skin feel so smooth and silky and amazing, and it isn't too harsh. Of course, like, since it does have a physical exfoliant component to it, I'm not sitting there and like aggressively scrubbing my face. I am gently kind of getting all the dead skin off and letting it do its thing. So I do love this product. And again, I ended up picking up, or I got one of these a long time ago. I think it in 21 Days of Beauty, or I had gotten a sample of it, and then I picked up it during a 21 Days of Beauty, and that's how I consistently pick these up. So I am very happy that this product goes 50% off, because it is a relatively expensive product on its own, so I would never purchase this full price, but I am thankful when Ulta puts this 50% off. So I did get a refill of my exfoliator, and then this was on sale, and I feel like I always talk about this product because I love it, but I did pick up the Too Faced duo of their pillow balms. So this was their holiday set. So it's this icy blue and then this dark, almost currant type of shade. And so these were on super sale. I think this was even 50% off. That's why I ended up picking these up. In prior years, they have done the minis, and you guys would have seen the 3 minis as empties in my last video. And so I did want to pick up the set. Now, I was looking at this prior to deciding to purchase it, and I could not find anywhere on the product description what the scents were, because I guess the part of this product that I love is, number one, the formula, but also the scent that is tied to it. And so like the blue one is called Ice Crystal, and this one has like a pink iridescent glitter to it. Of course, it's not going to necessarily show up blue on your lips. I just swatched it, and I mean, it's going to be shiny, but it's going to be relatively clear. But the scent on this one, it's kind of like a blue raspberry, like a blue raspberry slushy. That is, I just want to keep smelling it. That is the scent that I'm getting from this one. So very happy to find out that this one has that blue raspberry. And then this black one here is called Midnight Crystal, and it is this beautiful dark purple, like I said, a currant type of shade, and it has almost like holographic sparkles in it. But again, these are not necessarily known for their pigment, so you do get a little bit of a darker purple pigment to this one, but it's not anything where you're going to get this intensity of the shade. And this one smells like, I don't know. And my allergies have been so bad, so like I hate that I can't trust my sense of smell right now, but it also smells kind of like a candy or like a slush, almost like a mixed berry or like a raspberry grape slushy or something like this. Again, beautiful scent to it. So I'm very happy to have these. And again, this is my favorite formula. I'm working my way through one of my banana ones right now, and that one will probably be an empty in about a month or so. So I'm very happy to have more full sizes and to get them on super discount. And because I refuse to pay for shipping when I only have to spend like $3 extra on a purchase, I did go ahead and I picked up a eye brush from Morphe. So this one is the M506, and it's just this little tapered brush. And I do love these little detailed taper brushes to get into my crease. I have smaller eyes, and I don't have a whole lot of lid real estate. So when I'm getting into my crease, I really want something that can pinpoint and get into that hollow. And I can't use a big fluffy brush for that because I don't have a whole lot of space on my eyelid. So I love these smaller brushes. I do like the Morphe brushes. This is just the regular line. This was $5.40. So it's not a super expensive brush. So I have been happy with the Morphe brushes, just their regular black handled line. I know they just came out with a whole new line, but the ones here, oh, my husband just texted me. He's going to go work out in the garage, but you guys shouldn't hear that in the background unless he's dropping heavy weights from doing deadlifts or something. But I am never really disappointed in these Morphe brushes, so I threw this in my cart to get free shipping, and I am happy with it. So that was everything that I picked up from my Ulta order. I'm going to get these swatches off my hand before I get them onto my shirt. The next purchase that one altogether, that was $32.50 out of my beauty budget. Of course, my skincare goes in my skincare category, the brush went in my tools category, and then the lip glosses went in my makeup category. So the next purchase that I made is I made a purchase from ColourPop. And I think, number one, of course, they were having a sale, which it seems like ColourPop is always having a sale. But I kind of did scare myself with thinking that they were discontinuing my favorite cream bronzer. So I went ahead and I picked up two. So these are the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balms, and I got them both in the shade Light. I think earlier this past week I hit pan on the one that I'm using right now. So I think within the next like 4 months, that one will be gone. So I will be able to roll into these as well. You guys saw in my empties that I did have 2 of these that were empty from 2024. So I'm not necessarily stocking up on something that's going to be not used for another 4 or 5 years. These will be the next ones that go into rotation. Why is it that dogs sigh like they just worked a 12-hour shift to help pay the mortgage? That was Jane, if you guys heard him. But like I said, this is my favorite. This is the only cream bronzer that I use. So again, these will be rolling into rotation, and they were half off, so $7.50 each for those ones. And then because I can't help myself, I picked up 2 more eyeliners. Because why not? Apparently I need more and more eyeliners. This is where I made fun of myself in the last video that I was like, oh my God, I used up 3 eyeliners in 2024. That doesn't give me permission to then buy like 7 of them in the span of a few months. But I felt like I didn't have some of these shades, and these were interesting, and also these were on the clearance section as well. But this one here is from, I think, the Sailor Moon collection, and this is one of the cream gel liners, and yeah, this was part of the Pretty Guardians Sailor Moon collection, and this one is in Crystal Tokyo. Now, I do like the metallic liners from ColourPop more than the matte ones. The matte ones dry out way too quick, but this almost has a little bit of a shift to it where you get a little bit of a pale green in there, but then it is this beautiful blue shade. And I do want to play a little bit more with these blue eyeliners. So I ended up picking up this one. So now I do have 2 blue eyeliners in my collection that I need to be able to get some use on. And then I did pick up another shadow stick, which I consider in my eyeliner collection because I do use these for eyeliners more than I use these for an actual all over the eye shadow stick. And this one is from another one of the collabs, and this is part of the Winx collection collab, and this one is in Fury of the Dragon, and this one is so pretty. It is this pink shade in the bullet, I guess, but it is this beautiful duochrome that goes from like pink to blue, and it is just stunning. This actually, on my hand, I can see the shift a whole lot better than what you guys, because like here it doesn't look like there's anything on my hand. Like the base pigment is gone, but the shift comes in. But whenever I'm looking at it, I can see that shift from like pink to blue to purple in here, and when I put it on my eyes, I can see that. I love to pop this in the inner corner or on my lower lash line, and this kind of reminds me of Earthshine. So like Earthshine in the stick form, that's what this one reminds me of. So those are my 2 new eyeliners that I ended up picking up from ColourPop. I'm going to get these off my hand so again they don't end up. Number one, they will set down and then I'll need like a micellar water to take them off. But also I don't want to get them on my shirt. And then I did pick up one more thing from ColourPop. And again, that's mainly because I didn't want to pay for shipping when I was only a couple dollars away from free shipping. And so I did pick up another one of the glowing lips. I've gone through a couple of these in the past, so I know that I like the formula. And I don't know who I am, but I've been really enjoying a red or a darker lip as long as it is either in a stain or like a gloss or like a glossy formula. I don't want a red that sets down and gets dry like a liquid lipstick or even a regular bullet lipstick. I don't think I would like it in a red shade, but these more glossy products that like fade off gracefully, that is what I am loving. And so this one is in Girl Please. That is our shade name. And it's almost like the Clinique Black Honey type of shade. But let me give you guys a little swatchy swatch. Actually, this looks a lot like Clinique Black Honey. So of course, you know, it does look a little bit streaky, but whenever you put it on the lips and you're blotting your lips together, it does just give you that nice kind of stain wash of color, which is what I love. I had not taken it out of the packaging yet, but now that I've swatched it, I'm going to keep this out of the packaging and I'm going to put this in my rotation. So I am happy to have another one of these. And again, I went through 16 lip products last year, so I don't see any trouble with me getting through this one. This one would actually be a really pretty, like, purse lip product to where I could just throw this on in the car if I had to like get out and go see a client, because I feel like this would last through the amount of time that I usually have for my sessions, and that way I would have a nice lip product on instead of having it look like my lip products have completely worn off. So that was the last item that I added to my ColourPop order, and my entire ColourPop order, so I ended up getting 2 bronzing balms, 2 eyeliners, and a lip product, and that was $37 total for that one. Now I get to get into a very fun purchase. So I had talked to you guys about my wonderful purple palette, and I said I have 3 more spots to be able to fill with single shadows. And so many of you guys recommended Davina. So I went onto Davina's website and I took a look at what was on her inventory. And so I did end up picking up 3 Davina shades. And actually, my friend Andy here on YouTube, she was very, very helpful in kind of like showing me what's in her collection, because she also has a lot of Davina shades. So she was able to show me what she has, do some swatches for me, like show me what is in her collection and maybe what would work well with this palette. And Andy also has a code with Davina. So I used Andy's code, and I'll put her code down below. So if you guys end up buying from Davina and want to support another small YouTuber, I'll put her stuff down below, because I used the code to get, I think, 10% off, and hopefully that lets Davina know that people are coming from Andy's channel, because I want to support my friend. So the Davina shades that I picked up are the ones in this little L right here. So I picked up 2 shimmers and a matte. Let me go ahead and look at this one and pull this one out. So this one here is called Ember Rain, and it doesn't look all that spectacular in the pan, but this one here also has a beautiful shift to it. So you're seeing all that glitter and then you see that shift. This one here also reminds me a lot of Earthshine, and so I wanted to give this one a try, and swatching it out on my hand, just look at that impact. So you do have that more warm toned base pigment, but you end up with this beautiful like pinky purple like glitter that comes through, and it is absolutely stunning. So I did get Ember Rain, and then I wanted a little bit of a deeper shade, because I do like putting a deeper like shimmer on the outer corner of my eyes. So I did pick up this one, and this one is Ritual, and it is this beautiful almost Concord purple, but again it has a darker base to it, so it does have that darker shift, and it's full of beautiful purple glitters. And just look at that pigment. And I think I was saying in my like palette ranking video about the differences between Indie and Natasha Denona, and kind of just knowing what you want to go for. And absolutely, like, you're going to get more base pigment and you're going to get more impact with Indie shades if that is what you're looking for. So this compared to actual like Concord from the Ruxa palette, night and day, because you're having that beautiful base pigment. So you do have a black base pigment, but it really does allow that purple to show through. So this is going to be absolutely stunning on the outer corner of my eye. And you can see that black pigment in that base pigment. It's going to stay and it's going to hang around. So Ritual is a beautiful, beautiful dark purple that I felt like was missing from this palette. And then I wanted to try one of her mattes. So I did get, is it Esme? Is this actually Esme? ESME from Twilight? Did she do a Twilight collection? But I believe this is Esme. And it's just this cool toned, kind of muted, darker purple matte. And we're going to give, ooh, it's nice and pigmented. It's nice and soft. There is a little bit of kick up. I mean, I swirled my finger into it, so I would expect some kick up. But let's, oh, that is so smooth. And the pigment, look at how beautiful. So it does have that more gray, cool toned base to it, but it comes through with that beautiful purple. And actually Esme and Ritual would go really well together with that like punchy purple, but with this nice cool toned in a matte. Ooh, that is beautiful. So that, I mean, a lot of the pigment came off on the swatch. This is just a little bit of left behind, but pretty much the pigment that needed to come off and stick to my skin did. So that is a beautiful matte. I know that Andy was telling me that they have some fabulous mattes on top of their fabulous shimmer shades. So I am very excited to have these additions. And again, it is these three right here are my new ones from Divina. And like I said, I will make sure to put Andy's code down below if you guys were planning on purchasing from Divina and want to support one of my friends and a fellow YouTuber here. This is absolutely stunning. So this is my purple palette. And this is gorgeous. I love this to pieces. I did see one of you guys left a comment in my Project 10 Uses video that I should use the chartreuse liner with a purple look, and I absolutely agree. So I am going to probably pull this out and use some of these purples, and I will put that pop of chartreuse on my lower lash line, and I think that that would also be gorgeous. But this is the 3 shades that I got from Divina. And with, I think she was already having a sale, and then I was able to stack the code on top of that. I did spend $22.10 on those 3 shadows. So of course, with indie brands, you are going to pay more for like the special shadows versus like a matte. So when you're kind of like adding things to your cart or maybe like configuring a palette, just remember that not all shades cost the same to produce, and so not all shades will be the same amount. So typically you're going to get a matte that is cheaper than a shimmer, and then of course a special shade that has more of those duochrome pigments in it. You're going to pay more for those as well. So that is where most of those, which one, let's see here. So yeah, the Ritual, the Dark Concord one, that one was $10.20 because that one has the most kind of shifty pigments in it, compared to one of the mattes is $5.10. So you can see the kind of price differences in the different formulas. But that is what I picked up from Divina. And then I took my happy behind over to TJ Maxx, and I'm glad that I did because I found my favorite cleanser. I fell out of love with the Walmart brand Equate foaming cleanser that is the kind of generic dupe for the CeraVe foaming cleanser. I don't know if they changed the formula, but it just, something about that has changed, and I don't get a good lather, and I like a lather. Like, I feel like my face gets clean when I have a lather. So I decided, I was like, look, I love this cleanser here, so I'm just going to buy this cleanser and have this in all of my different areas. So this is the Innisfree. Surprise, surprise. I had 2 of these empty from last year, but the green tea amino hydrating cleansing foam. And when they say foam, This thing, you need the smallest amount, and it gives you such a beautiful hydrating lather that I feel really good about when I work this into my skin, that it's lifting off but not stripping my skin. So I did pick up 2 of these. I pulled this one from my sink. My other one's in my shower, so it is already like waterlogged, so I don't want to pull that one out and show you guys, but this is the other one that I have. So I love this. I love finding these at TJ Maxx for a little bit cheaper. They're $8.99 compared to like $12 or $13 retail. So I do love finding these at TJ Maxx, and I feel like this is just going to be my cleanser from now on. So in next year's Empties, or in this year's Empties, you'll probably see a bunch of those being used up because it is my favorite cleanser. My husband also has dry skin, which is very, very different from my oily skin, but he has a tendency to dry out a lot and get flaking. And so also having a hydrating cleanser that he can use is also really helpful, because any way that I can get that man to put like skincare on his face, I will make it work, because I swear, he would just slap on deodorant and walk out the door and be, you know, ashy and flaky, and he wouldn't care. So I got him to finally start using like sunscreen and moisturizer in one, because heaven forbid if it's two different products. So yeah, I finally got him to start doing that. But I did spend $17.98 at TJ Maxx on those 2 cleansers. And then I had one more purchase for January at the very end of the month. This one squeaked in, and it is a Kaoli perfume. So this is the Yum Bougie Marshmallow, number 81. This is the newest one, I believe, from Kaoli, and I did go in store. So we went down and I went to the Sephora, and I went and I sprayed this on myself, and I walked around for the day. Like, I knew we were going down to our area that has the Sephora, so I did not put any perfume on myself. And when we were at Sephora, I smelled it to make sure that it didn't completely turn me off, and then I spritzed myself with it and I walked around for the rest of the day. The sad first world problems, but my Sephora does not carry a bunch of the travel sizes of the Kaoli perfumes, so I did have to order this online, but I love this. It is so good. I know the Yum Pistachio was a no for me. Like, even the Kaoli like Burning Cherry is a no for me. I think the one that everybody loves, which is like the Warm Vanilla or something like that, like that's a no for me, because it turns, like, I don't know. There's something about Kaoli's notes that either I love them or I hate them. And this is one that I love. Now on the dry down, I feel like this does turn a little bit more powdery, and actually I did not put on any perfume today, so I'll spray one little spritz on myself. And again, I don't spray perfumes on my skin just because I have allergies to everything. I spray them on my clothes. I also feel like my skin's pH like does not play well with perfumes. So if I want it to continue to smell good throughout the day, I better spray it on my clothes. So, oh, you're back. Yeah, you're back. You're fine, sweetheart. So this one does have a powderiness on the dry down. That would be my only critique, but it's not so bad that like I hate it, but there is something warm on the top side. So when I first spray it, I get this warm, sugary kind of feeling and notes about it, and then it does dry down a little bit more powdery. Again, to my nose, I don't even know what the notes are. I just know that I like it. So I did pick up the travel size. Now, there was no sales or there was nothing going on in Sephora, so I did pay full price for this. My perfumes do not come out of my actual beauty budget because I don't feel like I have an issue with perfumes. And with being able to use up 4 travel sizes and a full size last year, I don't feel like perfumes are a problem category for me. So I think I am okay. Now, the other one that I purchased, what is the other one? Is that the candy one? So yes, the Vanilla Rock Candy Sugar. That one, I have already used up about half of my travel size, and I only purchased that like last fall. So these travel sizes go pretty quickly. I would even consider either asking for a full size or picking up a full size for myself of the rock sugar one. But I do feel like I have what, like 5 full size fragrances right now, so I probably need to make my way through those, but I love mixing that one. Am I trying to talk myself into another perfume? Absolutely. Should I talk myself through this on my own time? Also, absolutely. But I am happy to have this mini of this one and just to have a different like scent profile for the springtime because this is very cozy. This is very sweet. So I am loving that. So that brings all of my totals. So when we are looking at my budget, and of course I try to put down below, like in my editing, I try to show you guys what I'm looking at, but I did roll $49.85 into my budget at the beginning of the year. I did roll that into my palette budget, so I gave myself $450 in palette budget, and then my other budgets for skincare and makeup stayed the same, so $1,000 for makeup and $550 for skincare. And with that, that is basically, I am taking $75 per week, not per week, $75 per paycheck, and it goes into a savings account, and I purchase my beauty items out of that savings account. So if the money's not there, then I don't purchase things. And so with having that $50 in there from last year rolling over, and then there was 3 paychecks in January, so that would have been another $225. We are starting off pretty good at the beginning of the year. So my total purchases that count, so the only things that don't count are the brush and the perfume, everything else counts. I spent $109.58. I did have a total budget to work with of $274.85. So I am rolling into February with $165.27. So I am looking good for the beginning of the year. I still, of course, need to anticipate and project for different times like 21 Days of Beauty and also for Black Friday. Also, if I want to purchase a little bit more leading up into like my birthday month at the end of the summer. So there is things that I need to kind of look at down the line, but I feel really good about the start of the year. And the fact that I ended last year with $50 extra, again, that kind of tells me that this budget is my sweet spot where I'm able to get the things that I need, but also get the things that I want to play with and want to try out. So I'm very excited about where my budget is at. So I think that's all I have for you guys. I am super happy. And I hope that, again, in the upcoming year, you guys will start seeing a lot of these things get used up. I never want to bring things into my inventory at an overabundant rate because you guys know that I try to preach conscious consumerism where I am not a minimalist at all. And I am also not like low buy, no buying it. I know why some people might need to be there, but that's not where I'm at with my collection and with my consumption. Obviously, if I am giving myself close to $2,000 in a year to purchase what I want in the beauty categories, so I definitely am not on that low buy, no buy area. I call what I do a controlled buy because what matters to me most is the money that I'm spending because I need to make my dollars work for me. The other side of it is also bringing in things of value rather than saying, oh my God, I only can spend $100 this month. Let me buy $101 things that might be crap. I'm saying, no, let me be smart about the things that I'm buying and make sure that they hold value. So that's kind of my stance and where I'm at with things. And I know that a lot of you guys are kind of in that zone, but also, you know, you might be starting your journey with a no buy or a low buy because you do have the abundance that is coming in with your collection for this year. So you guys definitely will have to let me know how you're doing and kind of what you're doing this year for your no buy, low buy, controlled buy. If you are on a free for all, then also good for you. So definitely let me know. But I am going to go ahead and go and get this all edited up for you guys. Of course, encourage you guys to do all the things. Hit a thumbs up on this video. Let me know that you guys are enjoying my content. If you are new or lurking, because I have new people find me every day, hi, welcome. But if you are new or lurking, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. It's free for you, but it does help me out a lot. And you can stick around for the project panning, conscious consumerism, beauty budgets, psychobabbles, puppy dogs, eyeshadow lover, all of that stuff that happens on my channel. And otherwise, I love our conversations in the comment section below. So drop me a line. Let me know how you guys are doing. I love commenting back to you guys. Every time somebody's like, sorry for writing such a big comment, I'm like, no, I love that. Plus, you guys see that I write you a book back in reply. So please, I love hearing from you guys. You guys are my internet friends that also love makeup, because I do not have anybody in my real life that loves makeup the way that I do. So I appreciate you guys so much. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that everybody has a beautiful day, and I'll catch you in my next one.